Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be doing the vintage Gi Joe Mauler review.
Yo, Joe! He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
Alrighty then, let's begin. The vintage Gi Joe Mauler is actually 13 inches long and 6 inches tall. And I have some size comparisons as always here. We have the vintage Gi Joe Ram Cycle, vintage Ninja Turtles Foot Soldier, vintage Transformer. We have Max Rebo and Wampa from Star Wars. We have Lego General Grievous. And last but not least, Liquidator from the Earth Corps. So the Mauler actually came with a figure, Heavy Metal. And Heavy Metal is a great figure. He's got some amazing detailing, like right here on his vest, this little triangle symbol actually is 3D, along with a little detailing there, and all of his detailing is really 3D. It's a really cool figure, and actually figure hard to come by complete because people tend to lose his little mic right there and his gun. And I've seen people do customs of his mic with some like copper wiring, but I have decided not to do a custom, and for his gun, I found this random little G.I. Joe gun, pistol, and it looks pretty good on him. Great figure, like I said, great detailing. He's got the pistol and the belt right there, and his belt, and just all around, really cool looking figure. Definitely meant to drive the Mauler. Alright, now time for the actual Mauler. So we'll start at the front here. The front has some stickering detail along with these two little hooks that I bet you could hook up to string or something. And the stickering detail says United States and has a few numbers, lift procedures, got 51, maybe Area 51, and a few other stickers. But the main part about this front here is actually, these two little hatches. And this is a huge difference between the Mauler and the Mobat, because the Mauler has these two little hatches in the front, which I believe are one of the greater things about this tank. So in these hatches, you can put a Gi Joe's legs straight, like Mauler's here, and then just slide him in there and close the hatch. And actually, if you look pretty carefully, you can actually see him through the hatch. And the other figure I like to put in here is, of course, CoverGirl, also a driver of a heavy machine tank. So those are the two drivers I like to put in those front compartments. The front cannon here actually comes apart. You can take apart this cannon right here, take the top off, and then take the bottom off, and then this will come out. And then this whole top part also comes off the body. Now the turret actually has great detailing. It's got some little bumps right here, bumpy detailing, and really cool, along with all the holes that sadly, because they need to fit together, are not see-through, but it's pretty cool. We got the U.S. Army stickering right there, and on the top, the caution stickering, and another stickering right there. And again, some more detailing with this little thing right there, and then a little exhaust fan, some two knobs, and those right there. And then on this top part, there's actually this, which could be another place where a figure goes. They didn't actually make it, so so you could put a figure in there, but it is probably where a figure could quote unquote go, and it's pretty cool. But this tank again has a few things that are always missing, and those are these little antennae that go in these different places on this tank, because those are almost always missing. And of course we got some more circuit detailing like the sensor and and just a bunch of other detailing like foot pad, Mauler, SMO, camo. And actually there's a few figures that I like to put on the Mauler, and those figures, or the figure that I feel is a must-be for putting on the Mauler, is actually Dusty. Now, it's the best place to put a figure is actually right here, because then their butt can rest against that. And also, when you want to put in a figure here, to make sure that they're extra sturdy, you can just take a stand, slip it under there, and put their foot on it. And that way, they can be attached in two different places. And it's a really good way to make sure that they stay attached. But Dusty just looks really good on the Mauler because of his color schemes. Now on the sides here, there is some more detailing, and actually there's a side compartment that most people don't know about, right there. And on the other side, which is almost identical, and they say it's storage lift on them, and if you pull on these two little bumps right here, you can actually lift it off and get to a little compartment there. And in that little compartment, I guess you could store something like Heavy Metal's gun, which fits in there pretty nice. I found that if you want to put something more common, like Grunt's AR in there, you actually have to bend the gun, and so it isn't the best of fits, but it's still pretty nice. Then you guys can come to the back here, and actually there's some detailing when you actually turn the top. There's some little hole detailing there, like some more exhaust ports, and then of course more stickering back here. This, which again, a piece that is often missing, and I'm actually missing, which is the spare tire that goes on top of this. And this actually controls the motorized part of this, which we'll get to later in the video. But on either side of it, there are actually control panels, little panels that pop off, and these are really cool because they're see-through, little circular vent pieces, and they have some great detailing. But what's cool is the circular vent actually lines up with the circular vent in the actual area. And of course some more great detailing with like lots of little dots and lots of engine looking pieces. And that's the great thing about G.I. Joe vehicles. The detailing is always superb. So you could definitely take those off and make it like someone's working on the vehicle or something. And then of course on the back here, you just have some more like engine exhaust, some light detailing, and then a little hook here. And yeah, with this hook, you could probably hook up something like this cannon, or a little containment thing with a lot of valuable pieces for research. So I feel like that's really cool. Now, the part that I've been ignoring this whole time has been the engines and the wheels. And actually, on either side, these little mud flap parts pop off. And there's actually a wire that pops on there. Not a lot of people are missing. But the mud flaps pop off, and there's actually these little wheels in here that are powered by motors that attach to this tread right here. And the tread is really nice. It's made out of rubber, and it's really good tread. But when you flip the engine, it makes that annoying screeching sound, but all the wheels rotate and actually move the actual tank. And actually, something that sometimes happens is that you'll see here that these can actually pop off while using it, so you got to be careful of those popping off. And this hooks back on with these little hooks right here. They're just out and up, and you just put it in there, and it goes out and up. And actually, the way it attaches, you got to remember this, is that the small side goes on the front, and the wider side goes on the back. Now, actually, there are 2 modes here in the motor, and the motor is actually powered by a little patch here, multiple C batteries, and it's 4 C batteries. So you just put the 4 C batteries in here. And another common thing with these tanks is that the motor doesn't work. I was lucky enough to get one where the motor actually does work, and it's definitely really nice. One of the better motorized vehicles I've ever owned. So either way, on the back here, as you can see right here, there is actually 2 settings. A slow setting, in which actually is more maneuverable and more powerful, but is slower, of course, and doesn't move as fast. And actually, on the slow setting, you could flip it either to the left or to the right, and flipping it to the left or the right can make it turn left or right. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, the fast mode is much faster than the other mode, but is actually, in my opinion, only good indoors, because if you go outdoors, and we have a test example here, and you try to, say, pull it up a hill, it will not actually work, because the fast does not have as much power in the motor, and as you can see, it actually does not make it up the hill. So if you're trying to go against rough terrain, or something that is more steep-hilled, definitely go with the slow one if you're trying to record something. But both of them are really cool, and I think it's really cool that they give you those options. So yeah, that was my review of the vintage Gi Joe Mauler. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that this helps you out. Thank you. And, Yo Joe.